This is one of the locations in our city where we've converted a little bit of on-street car parking to use it for a lot of on-street bicycle parking. Before this bike parking went in, on both sides of the street for this one block there was enough space for 25 vehicles. Now with the conversion there's enough space for 65 vehicles.
There are a lot of really great benefits about these parking swaps, like we call them in New York City. They really enhance business. In front of the restaurant there can be 22 bikes parked, whereas before there were probably about 2 cars.
We've always been a very bicycling-oriented company. When they came to me with the idea of doing these corrals, it was instantaneous, oh yeah, let's do it. It's been obviously very successful. They're very heavily used all the time. And the usual business argument that you've taken away parking just doesn't work here.
They really stop pitting pedestrians and cyclists. The bike parking is on the street in a better space than on the sidewalk, so pedestrians don't feel like their space has to be taken away.
Every time I've seen those on-street bike parking, they're completely full, like the one at Stumptown or Porque No over on Mississippi.
If it were up to me, this would stretch from one bike corral to the other and there'd be nothing but bikes on this side of the street.
These bike corrals or on-street bike parking are great because they're very low cost and easy to install. There's no impact on any other utilities. We don't have to worry about pipes under the ground or where the water's going or anything because they don't affect any of that. They just let the water run its course down the gutter.
The city does require that the businesses that have frontage to the bike corrals are responsible for maintenance, and that's simply because the city equipment can't get into this area anymore. Came over to this corral here at 34th, found it clean. So headed down to the one that we have down at the other corner at 33rd. That wasn't too bad. It's mostly just organic debris from the trees in the area.
A bike oasis is where we actually have built a curb extension and then we put a cover on it to protect it from the rain. One of the big things it does is that with a curb extension our street sweepers do their normal job and it stays part of our municipal street cleaning program. And so by having it on a curb extension, it's just a lot more natural and easier. It provides a much cleaner urban design. We don't have any bollards around it and that sort of thing. And then the last thing that this does that's really nice is it provides bicycle and pedestrian maps for the neighborhood.
It's really inviting. There's a roof here and it's nice to actually have space to lock your bikes in a line instead of having to just cluster everybody in a big pile.
So there's something about the bike corrals in terms of function that I think so far they've been more successful and some things we can learn from. There's something that's quite empowering about parking your bicycle on the asphalt. It's a real equalizer. It feels like, you know, gosh, when I'm riding my bicycle or I'm driving my car, my community and my city respects me equally.
Among friends of mine, more and more people are cycling, and I think that, often you'll see, like 3 or 4 city blocks and there'll just be one of those, staple racks, and everybody just goes on to street lamps and stop signs and everything. So, I think if you put the infrastructure in, it starts to help people, get around town more.
It's really important as we go forward to find that balance between how do we make it attractive, something that we can really support on a programmatic basis, but also make it so that we're able to take some risk in putting it in some of the highest demand places so that we're able to make conversions like this one that really build community and business.